I was born in America. I grew up seeing my Korean family everywhere, eating bulgogi nearly every mealtime, and hearing stories about all the Korean plants you could see walking around our suburban American neighborhood. Korea was a story, a fairy tale, an overtold one at that. My grandmother was born in what is now known as North Korea. She was 10 when she had to take her brother across the border with guns and screams and dogs. My grandmother was 10 when she had to keep running until she sailed across the world and landed in America. I've always been told how lucky I am. If she had escaped North Korea, I could have been born into occupation and starvation, but more likely, I wouldn't have been born at all. Achoo! I've always had that sneeze. It's become my trademark sneeze almost. I identify as American, a white girl through and through. I mean, my name is Hannah, for God's sake. Sure, I know about Korean food. Sure, I know how to delicately avoid my grandmother's never-ending, depressing stories about North Korea. But Korea isn't a part of me. I'm not Korean, and I'm fine with that. Achoo!
New Columbus's great empress Sa Young.
Welcome all to today's worship. We will commence with a sermon. 20 years ago, the world as we know it disappeared. America was bombed. Our highways splitting at the seams, yellow paint peeling like rind, our diners, our drive-thrus brought down to rumbles of fried batter and buckets of soft serve. Our musical halls, our opera houses shattering like glass near a soprano's practice space. Our America brought down to shambles. 20 years ago, America became a wasteland created by hate. Hate that was so prominent in American culture. Hate drove the North Korean dictatorship to send missiles to destroy our country, the country with which it shared such immense hatred. This hate came from diversity. This hate was an atrocious reaction to a simple human trait: diversity. From Iranian to Chinese to Mexican. Of course, none of you young bright minds know what any of those terms mean, and you should be thankful. You are all part of our society. You are all treasured. You are not judged or held higher by the face or body you wear. You eat the same things, you wear the same masks, and none of you knows this hatred that once existed. You are all so fortunate. Achoo!
What did all those words mean?
Look at your classmates, everyone. Do you dislike any of them more than others?
Oh, yes.
Now, why is that?
Because of their personality. Why else would I favor anyone?
Exactly! Go sit down.
But student 5498 and I wear the same mask. We all wear the same mask, so no matter how we all talk and act and be the same. No matter how selfish and deluded.
But you have unique personalities, though.
But we have nothing to be proud of. Nothing to bring us joy in our identity.
Of course you do.
We have nothing special to distinguish us. Isn't this bad?
No. It is exactly how it should be. Now go sit down and attend extra tutoring time with a society teacher.
But
sit.
why can't we be different?
Go to your schools like immediately. Give this boy a sedative serum. If any of your students have displayed this behavior, give them a sedative as well.
What did I do?
Be quiet!
Those of you who are still alive during the era of hate and diversity can see the drastic positive change our world has made. I think it is truly marvelous that so many people in our society are not even aware of the skin color beneath their gray clothes. I think it is wonderful that none of us believes in a higher being, a religion. Because where was this higher being when our families and cities got bombed? I am so pleased that we believe in love, in equity. Oh, I am so happy that the little boy who was up on stage with me could only think of one attribute to describe his classmates. Personality. Everyone has different personalities. Everyone laughs at different things. Everyone excels in different classes. But none of us are treated differently because of the way we were born. So I guess we owe North Korea some thanks. Thanks that they were able to erase hate. Thanks that they were able to erase America. You are all dismissed.
A wonderful speech, Empress. Shall I retrieve you some liquid?
Do you remember the bombing?
My earliest memory is of preparatory school in your society. I do not remember life before gray.
Do you know the reason I chose gray to be our color? It was all I saw when our cities were bombed. I remember my grandmother was in town. My brother and I were upstairs doing homework. My father had the news on. I remember my mother calling me for dinner. Then all I saw was gray. Everything was just gray.
I'm sorry you had to live through that, Empress.
I was glad I was able to see the hate and discrimination that came from being a unique individual. I was able to see how dangerous identity is. Achoo! Achoo! I miss the taste of bulgogi marinated for hours on end. I miss sitting around a table larger than life, filled to the brim with homemade mandu dumplings our families had broken our hands and backs to make. I miss the plants around our neighborhood that I could say with pride originated from Korea. I miss my Korean hanbok dresses, endless barrels of japchae noodles, walking into Koreatown and being treated like a king. I miss my grandmother's unending stories. I miss being Korean. I miss being me. No more fights over the girl who wears a hijab. No more teachers telling her to take it off. No more shooters walking into a synagogue. No more mentions of present-day Holocaust. No more KKK parades. No more lynchings. No more women hiding rape unflinching. No more courts taking a white man's side. No more glorifying of destroying a woman's life. No more precedent setting the example that it's right to be full of hate. No more oppressors saying that everything's great. Maybe no one's different anymore. Maybe no one's unique anymore. But at least now everyone is safe and well.
I've always hated the name Seo Young. It's the traditional Korean name my grandmother wanted to give me. Can you imagine?
What kind of name was Hannah?
I was so ignorant.
I'll never call myself that.
I wish I could go back to how I was before.
It's you!
I want to begin drafting a revision of our current rules and regulations. I want to begin drafting a new way of life, one where we will not suppress individual identity.
There will be chaos if we reintroduce identity to the world.
But it will be real.
Reality is not a pleasant thing.
Then let us make it one.